Would you like to one-shot mobs and one-shot some bosses? Well, today I'm going to tell you guys how to do that with my updated Moze one-shot build. This is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today I want to share with you guys my one-shot build, and what makes this build so powerful is that not only are you able to one-shot the target that's in front of you, you're also going to be able to one-shot enemies that are around you as well. So it's pretty powerful, because not only is it very powerful in the sense of that one-shot hitting with a lot of damage, it's also very powerful when it comes to splash damage. Today I'm going to share with you guys my Moze one-shot build, but before I do, I have a question for you guys. What is your favorite rocket launcher or cannon to use with Moze? Let me know in the comment section down below. As a friendly reminder, guys, we stream daily on Twitch. Make sure you guys hit us up with a follow. The link is down below. We will be streaming some Borderlands 3 as soon as we get the brand new DLC, so make sure you guys hit us with the follow so you guys won't miss a beat. Alright, so now let's take a look at the build and gears. So for the build, guys, we're going to be using a couple stuff from Shield of Retribution, a lot of stuff from Demolition Woman, and of course some stuff from Bottomless Mag. Let's get started, of course, with Shield of Retribution. We're going to get started with a 5 points going into Armored Infantry. While Moze's shields are active, she gains damage reduction and increases the gun damage. Main reason for this one, guys, we want to make sure we get that gun damage increase. It's not a lot, but that 15% does go a long way. Then, guys, we're going to be dumping a total of 1 point into Drowning in the Brass, which is a kill skill. So whenever we go ahead and kill a person or an enemy, it's going to give us a stack of a Drowning in the Brass. Now, for each stack that we have of this one, it's going to increase our fire rate, and also our gun damage is also going to get increased. I'm sorry, our fire rate is going to get reduced, but our gun damage is going to get increased. So we do have that plus 4%. Now, do remember, this does stack 3 times, so if you multiply 3 times 4 is 12, so you're going to be getting a plus 12 gun damage, which makes it really cool. And since we're using a rocket launcher, our fire rate is not taking so much ill effect. Next up, guys, we're going to be dumping a total of 5 points into Vlad of Ingenuity. What it's going to do, it's going to give maximum shield for Moze, and it's going to be really important. Next up, we're going to be dumping 1 point into Full Can of Whoopies, which is going to give us shield recharge rate, which is really good. It's mostly for Iron Bear and Moze as well. Then we're going to be dumping 1 point into Experimental Ammunition, which is going to do, is going to, every time we score a crit hit, it's going to give bonus incendiary damage, and so we are going to be stacking a lot of incendiary damage. It's going to be extremely beneficial. Then that's pretty much all we're picking up from Shield Retribution. Let's go ahead and talk about Bottomless Mag. So Bottomless Mag, we're picking up 5 points into Cloud of Lead. What this is going to do is that Moze and Iron Bear shots will deal additional incendiary damage and won't consume ammo. Really important, because since we're using a rocket launcher with this particular build, we're never going to be running out of ammo, because we're going to be getting our ammo from other areas of the skill tree. Plus, in addition for that, we're also going to be getting this this part, which is going to allow us to not consume certain ammo, and really important. Next up, guys, we're going to be doing a total of 3 points into Stoke the Embers. What this is going to do, it's going to increase Iron Bear's incendiary damage and also Moze's, which is going to give us a plus 30% incendiary damage. Really good. And last but not least, we're dumping 1 point into Redistribution. After we score a crit hit, it's going to regenerate ammo for a few seconds, which we're going to be scoring a lot of crit hits very often based on the gear we're going to be using. So now we got Bottomless Mag out of the way, let's talk about Demolition Woman. This is where we're going to be spending the majority of our points. Where, of course, guys, we're going to be dumping 5 points into Fire in the Skank's Den. Whenever Moze deals splash damage, she deals bonus incendiary damage. Once again, guys, as you see here, we're getting a lot of incendiary damage. Now, incendiary damage is going to be very helpful, especially for tanky bosses with those red bars. You're going to be able to one-shot them like Grave Ward. You're also going to be able to do the Captain guy. And mostly all the bosses are not like bosses that require multiple faces. You'll be able to be doing a ton of damage with this. And mobbing is just ideal for this as well. Next, we're going to be dumping 3 points into Mean of Redistribution. Whenever we deal splash damage, which remember, we are doing a lot of splash damage with this build, there is a chance to add ammo to her currently equipped weapon. This is really important because we are going to be doing a lot of splash damage with the rocket launchers. And as if you have seen, kind of like the idea behind this particular build is we're regenerating ammo, we're allowing for ammo to be not consumed, allowing us to never run out of rocket ammo. So it's really good. Next up, guys, we're going to be dumping a total of 5 points into Torque Cross Promotion. All splash damage dealt by Moze has a chance to double in size, once again pairing in perfectly with means of distribution, allowing us to get that ammo regen back. Next, we're going to be dumping a total of 3 points into Pull the Holy Pin. Moze's grenades have a chance to score a critical hit. Remember, anytime we get a critical hit chance, our ammo is going to be also regenning and allowing us not to consume that ammo, so our grenades are going to be getting that crit hits, which just ties in perfectly. Then we're going to be dumping 1 point into Auto Bear. Really important because there are a couple of anointments that allow you to have, while Iron Bear is active, get additional splash damage. So if you do have that anointment, it's going to be very beneficial for you guys. Plus, I always like having Iron Bear running on my side because also the weapons he's going to be firing will also be creating splash damage, which once again helping us with the ammo and helping us with a lot of good stuff within the synergy. Next, we're going to be dumping a total of 5 points into Vampire. What this is going to allow Moze and Iron Bear to do is that anytime they hit something, it's going to restore a portion of their missing health, which is really, really good because of that grenade that's being launched. So it helps out quite a lot. Next up, guys, we're going to be dumping 1 point into Why Can't I Carry All These Grenades? We're almost never going to be running out of grenades because our grenades are going to be regenerating back, which is going to be extremely potent and powerful because our grenades are going to not only help us with DPS, but also help us with clearing out ads. Then we're going to be dumping 5 points into Explosive Punctuation. What this is going to do, it's going to allow Moze, when we deal splash damage, her action skill cooldown rate is going to briefly increase. So that means we're going to be able to have Iron Bear constantly and active at all time. And the last point, guys, of course, we're going to be doing it in Short Diffuse. Whenever we deal gun damage, there's a chance for a secondary explosion, which could target other centered enemies around him. This is allowing us to not only one-shot the enemy we're focusing on, but also one-shot the enemies that are surrounding them. And that pretty much ties the build in together. Now, for your Iron Bear, of course, you're going to go with the V35 grenade launcher. Reason why we're going with the grenade launcher is because, remember, we are getting stuff like our health and critical hit chances from our grenades. So that's going to help us with that. And we're also going to be activating the locked end speed load, which is going to allow the reload speed of the V35 to be a lot faster. And instead of firing a 3-round burst, it's going to fire a 5-round burst, which makes it really powerful. And there you guys have it. That is pretty much the skill tree. Now let's take a look at the gear. All right, so now it's time for us to take a look at our gear. So for our gear, guys, we're pretty much just running one particular weapon, which is the ion cannon. Now, this is not extremely heavy in the fact that you have to farm a lot of stuff to actually make this build work. There are certain items that are required for this particular build, but the ion cannon is definitely one of them. And you can actually farm this one pretty easy. I have videos on actually where to farm this. I'll link them down in the description. The main thing you're going to be looking for the ion cannon, guys, is you want to make sure it has that ×2 multiplier, because this is going to allow you to do the most amount of damage due to the fact that it not only is it extremely powerful, but you get that ×2. Now, in addition to that, you're going to be looking for ones that have really good anointments for your Iron Bear. Now, you don't need the anointments, but the anointments do make the build even more powerful. For example, this one that I have is after exiting Iron Bear, gain 160% increased splash damage for 18 seconds. This makes the build extremely powerful because as soon as you exit Iron Bear, you're going to be able to not only one-shot the enemies, but also one-shot the enemies that are around that particular enemy, so it makes it extremely powerful. Plus, after those 18 seconds are over, you're able to hop back into your Iron Bear and rinse and repeat, so making it really powerful. Me, personally, I like to have every ion cannon with each individual element. It makes it for making going through content really easy, depending on what enemy you're fighting. You could always switch and alternate between different ion cannons. And even though after it got a bit of a nerf, it's still extremely powerful. And it makes running through Mallywang Raid, running through, Shadow Shaft, doing bossing, you could pretty much do all of that with this rocket and never run out of ammo if you're playing correctly, which I'll explain how you want to play with this build towards the end of the video. But just to highlight it, guys, I do want to make sure you guys know I have all ion cannons. Not all of them with the same anointments, not all of them level 53, but you definitely would want to make sure you get a level 53 so you could kind of up just a tad bit that damage and get a better overall weapon. And now let's take a look at our shield. So for our shield, guys, once again, we're using the version 0.M. Really good shield here. The reason why we're using this one is because it's going to be very beneficial for our particular build, and it's going to make it extremely powerful. It's going to help us do a lot of stuff with this particular build. In addition for that, guys, you're looking for anointments that either buff your Iron Bear, or with an anointment that on action skill end, you're going to gain 50% bonus incinerate damage. Remember, our build does have a lot of incinerate damage, so it makes this build really potent. This particular shield is not a requirement, but this is the one I would recommend. You could go with anything else like the Transformer. Still will be pretty good, but overall, in general, I think this one is actually a really decent shield to run. But like I said, you could go with any other shield. Doesn't have to be this one in particular. Now, what does have to be pretty much you want to make sure you get is this class mod right here, which is called the Racing Gains Baby Boomer. This is actually really important, and the reason why you want to make sure you get this one is because it's the only class mod that's able to actually stack up a total of 3 into means of redistribution, which is going to be helping us get that ammo regen for our ion cannon, because anytime we do splash damage, that's going to regen ammo for us, and that's the reason why we want to make sure you get this Racing Gain Baby Boomer. Now, this particular class mod, you could get it 2 different ways. One, you could get it by farming bosses, and with this build, you should be able to get this one really good fast. And you could also get it from any of the vending machines, so it gives you multiple ways of actually farming this one, which is really good, and I highly recommend you guys definitely pick this one up. Big shout out to my friend over on my Discord channel that actually sent me this one, because I didn't have a level 53, I only had a level 40, so I'm kind of glad he was able to get this one sent over my way. The next thing, guys, we're running a elemental projectile static charge. It doesn't have to be this one in particular, as long as it's an elemental projectile that boosts your damage to plus 90. That is basically what you're looking for. There are other ones that are better, which is when you kill a badass, you regen health. So you might want to go for that one, because that one's going to give you even more survivability. Every time you kill an enemy, you get your health back. That's going to be very beneficial. So any elemental projector should fit in perfectly here. Now, what is a requirement is this particular grenade. Now, I believe there's one more other grenade that's very similar to this, but what you're looking for here, guys, is the fact that the grenade splits into 3, and in addition to that, it bounces and detonates 3 times. So it's giving you multiple damage, multiple splash damage here, and multiple crit hits, which are going to regen your ammo and give you extra health, making this a really must-have grenade. In addition to that, for typical anointments, you're looking for this one. This is the one you want to have, making you one-shot majority of things, which is on weapon, grenades, and action skill damage are increased by 25% for 6 seconds. Definitely, you're going to want to make sure you're shooting that weapon really fast, lobbing the grenade, and I'll explain that right now on how you actually want to play with this build. In order for you to play with this build, guys, it's going to be extremely easy and very fundamental. Hop on your Iron Bear, exit your Iron Bear, lob a grenade, pull out the ion cannon, whichever element you want, shoot the ion cannon. You're going to have 18 seconds to do a ton of damage, ton of splash damage. Lob a grenade every 6 seconds, and rinse and repeat. Hop on your Iron Bear, shoot your ion cannon, throw your grenade, hop on Iron Bear, throw your grenade, shoot the ion cannon. Rinse and repeat, never run out of ammo, almost infinite health, almost infinite crit hits, and just amazing build to one-shot everything that stands in your way. Let me know what you guys think of this build. If there's anything you would change, any other thing that you would suggest that make this build even better, please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.